Well, hello again YouTubers, and here's a recent acquisition from a local train fair, Bachmann's Puffing Billy set. So let's have a closer look and see what we've got. On the side of the box they've got a suggestion here of what's actually in the set, but as we'll find out, the contents are not quite as they're pictured there. I've rested the box on the lid just to kind of tilt it a bit so we can see. So there's Billy. It's quite a light shade of green, and compared with the box artwork it looks darker there. And the next wagon in line should be a dark one called Wick, I think. But what you actually get is a grey one, northeast, and the red one there should be English China Clays and the grey brake van, and what you get is English China Clays and a nice brake van. Because this is a set, of course, you've got a power supply as well, and Bachmann's version, it's a very nice grey unit there. It feels quality, it's heavy, it's a nice feel to it. And there's some leads from that control to the track, we'll have a look at that later. And the transformer plug unit, and its wire is there. What I have done with this box is, I've mentioned before to one or two other YouTubers, the packaging in these polystyrene type, they're very tight. I've had to come through with nothing knife and clear these things so I can just pull it out easily. That was really tight in the box. And the same with the rolling stock. I want them nice and easy to take out and put back in. I don't want to have to fight with them and break things off. That's silly, isn't it? So just a bit of box trimming to make these things nice and easy to get in and out. Doesn't do any harm, but of time well spent that would be. Well, so where's the track, I hear you ask? Well, it's actually underneath. Voila. Well, I've taken them out of the box now, and let's see what we've got. Nice BR brake van with the E number, so it used to be an LNER brake van. I've measured that, that's a 10-foot wheelbase, that one. And it says Bachmann China on it now, but I think this one would have been a mainline railways moulding. And they used to have the wider couplings, of course now they've got the narrow ones. Very nice little thing. China Clay, I think I've got one like this. This one is a 9-foot wheelbase, not 10. On the box I'm sure it pictures a 10-foot wheelbase with the screw-in couplings, but we've actually got a 9-foot wheelbase here with the NEM pockets, which some people might say, okay, that's probably better. The inside, that might be nicer with the dark grey inside, because if they in real life painted that colour, I don't think they'd paint the inside as well, would they? But it's very nice, brakes in line with the wheels, super, nice. And the 7-plank wagon is very nice. Nice detail, lovely brakes, 9-foot wheelbase. And that's a version of the Tippler door. So when you empty a wagon like that, probably into a boat at the port. And inside you've got two, well, represented in two bottom doors to help empty it. Of course, you'd still have to use shovels to get the corner and empty it properly, so still a lot of labour involved in emptying these, unless you could tip them like that. That's what the white line was for, I think, to signify which end was the tipping end, and I think that black line is trying to represent the hinge where it swings from. It's a very nice wagon. I have cleaned these, by the way, just to get some fingerprints off from the last owner. And if you want wagon loads for these, I've shown you these before, haven't I? They have these legs on. This is quite modern, I think. It wasn't tall enough, so I've used a piece of cardboard from a kitchen roll or something, and glued that in there to make it taller. And you'll see two little washers in the bottom. So if I can put that in there. It's a little bit snug, this, isn't it? The idea is about the washers, if you've got a piece of wood with a magnet on, you won't be able to retrieve it without actually taking the wagon off the track. So that was the idea of those in there. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So that's that one. I have got a wagon load for this one. It's the same kind of thing. I put the washers in there as well. I've just trimmed the legs a little bit, just so it can fit in there like that. So that's what you can do. If you don't want to use magnets, you just tip them with your finger and take them out if you want. That's up to you. That's it. And of course Billy, there you. He looks rather like Thomas again, doesn't he? I'll have to stop buying these things, won't I? No face, of course. No coupling at the front, which is a shame. But, Billy number 4. Very nice. So he has got 6 pickups. You can see where the drive comes through. There's room for the gear in that cover there. That's a lamp bracket, coal, what have you. Very nice. And it wasn't free of issues, I'm afraid. 2 of the screws here I've replaced because the original one, when I was testing it, it actually fell out and it was on the sleepers. I wonder where it had gone. So the threads had been stripped by somebody else, and I think the front one there, it was just going round and round, so I had to put in a slightly longer one, and then that holds the bottom in. So of course that meant someone had had the bottom off. So I thought, okay, what have they been doing? So you take the bottom off, and there are 6 wipers in there that pick up the current. You probably know by now, watching my videos. And one of the wipers was tucked in, so which meant that I was only getting 5 wheels collecting the current where I wanted 6. Well, you would, wouldn't you? So it is a bit of a fiddle, but you can take the base plate off, gently deal with these parts. You've got these little brass pickups, and very gently, you can see them actually just shining there, very gently just tease them back into shape with a tiny screwdriver or some pliers. Be very, very gentle there. That might have been the one actually. And you can just about see them. 1, 2, 3 on that side. 1, 2, 3 on that side. Can you see that? Made in China. So, but really that's all was wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with the motor. It purrs along beautifully. But as I say, I did have to change those 2 screws. But this is what you get with second hand, and just got to be wary and see how it goes. I'm trying to use the components that came in the set, and this red wire leads from the controller to the track. And it's got these curious copper, brass connectors. This is to that rail, and the other one has to go underneath, and then it clips on the other side. I haven't seen this type before. Instead of having a push-in connector, you have to fiddle about with these wires, one side and then the other. The board I'm using, unfortunately, is too small for the 2-foot radius track which came in the set, so I've cheated a little bit. I've had to use some first radius just to get it on the board, but I don't think that'll spoil it much, and we'll see how it goes. The controller that comes with the set, it's very nice. It's nice quality to it, and it's very nice and smooth. That is the engine, really. It's not using much power here. I'm only going to about 25 or 30 on the dial. So let's give him a few trucks, shall we? Well, as you probably know by now, I like to try and give you a train ride. And I think this is the bit that Slacker likes as well. It's like, got a new pullover, look. Anyway, let's fetch Billy round. There we go. Off we go. Oh, that's managed it. I think the camera's quite heavy for all this little thing, isn't it? Oh, do you like it, Slack? Yes. You're not camera shy, are you? No. Okay, alright. Oh well, I hope you all enjoyed that. You know a little bit more about Billy. Nice little Bachmann engine, along the lines of Thomas, of course. And that's it. Bye for now.